All right, you guys, so if you are new to my channel or if you've been here for a while, just know that this is not a political channel. It never has been, and it pretty much never will be. However, every once in a while, I do weigh in on certain things that I think are important and some stuff that I have been noticing quite recently that I think needs to be said, especially for my dear Canadian friends. And so I just want to say what I need to say, and if you guys don't like political stuff, then just wait for the next video that's coming out about the van, because I have been editing it, but I figured this was just kind of an important thing that's been weighing on my mind, and I keep hearing it over and over and over again, and I really just think that you guys need to hear this. I just got really irritated this morning. I try not to put anything political on here because we have a lot of that stuff going on. And in fact, the news feed is 24/7 and it's just everywhere now because of social media and just because, well, ever since I was a kid, things like CNN and CBS and all those, and they just decided they were going to do a 24-hour news feed by the time I was out of high school. So I figured there's enough of that going on and I don't need to cover anything. However, I'm really worried about you guys in Canada. I have friends and family in Canada. I have a lot of my audience and subscribers are from Canada, and I just absolutely adore Canadians. And sometimes I get irritated with some stuff that you guys do, and this is no exception. And it's not you guys, it's your government. They really are starting to irritate me, and I'm very glad that you guys are getting a new guy in. However, I hope he isn't going to be as deceitful to you as Trudeau was. I hope he's going to be more truthful. When I first started hearing Mr. Trudeau say a certain word, and I'll get into that in a minute, I just thought maybe he misspoke. But he keeps saying it, and he kept saying it even till his last speech, his goodbye speech. He kept saying it. You guys, he's trying to make or maybe all of them, maybe it's part of the plan. They're trying to make you think something is happening that's not. And it really just concerns me that they would think that you guys are not watching and not that observant. And just in case some of you aren't, that's why I'm mentioning this, and because it's actually really bothering me and grating on me. He kept saying that America is putting sanctions on Canada. That couldn't be further from the truth. Okay? I don't know what kind of civics or government classes you guys are required to have before you graduate from high school. And I know you guys, some of you are more educated than Americans could ever hope to be, because you get 2 years of extra high school that's basically like junior college up there that we don't get. However, I had to take civics and government class, and I paid attention, and I still follow some of that stuff. And I understand what certain words mean, and the word sanction has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Tariff and sanction are totally different things. Okay? And I feel like when they keep saying that to you guys and they keep putting that into your newsreels and all that kind of stuff, they're brainwashing you. They're making you think that we're doing something that we are not, because you guys are already having to pay very high prices for food, and your food is going to get more expensive. And it has nothing to do with sanctions, because sanctions aren't happening. The word sanction means we cut you off. It means the store is closed. You get no business from us. You cannot buy food from us. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. And if you get into trouble, too bad, you're on your own. That's what sanctions means. It doesn't mean that we are going to tax you for exporting your product to our country. That's totally different. That's a totally different thing. Okay? What a tariff is a tax. It is a tax for doing business in a country other than your own. Okay? That's what it is. That's what you guys are getting from us. That's what you're getting from President Trump, not from us in particular, but you catch my drift, okay? It's not a sanction. A sanction is what Europe has done to Russia. They cut them off. They disowned them. They're not part of their family anymore. They're not doing business with them. They're not giving them aid, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that their life is more difficult. That's what sanctions are. Okay? So when they keep telling you that you are getting sanctioned, you are not. So please, please do not believe anything that they say. They are lying to you. Okay? What's going to happen is stuff's going to go up. The prices are going to be more expensive because we taxed you guys for doing business in our country. So now you are going to tax us the same amount or possibly more for doing business in your country. When that happens, business owners are smart. They don't want to absorb that cost. So they are going to bump the price up to meet or exceed that tax. And so ultimately, the consumer ends up paying more. So what that means is we're going to pay more for doing business in your country. So we are going to charge you more to cover that tax. And because the people that brought in that stuff are business owners and they don't want to pay that tax, they're going to charge you, the Canadian consumer, 20% more or however much more it is for your watermelon or asparagus or whatever else that you import from our country. Period. That's what it is. It's not sanctions. We're not cutting you off. What's happening is you are going to be paying even higher prices for the food you eat. Now, I used to live up by Canada, and I totally know that you guys pay a lot of money for your food, and people who can afford it like to come to Washington State in particular to buy your food. And I used to work in retail there, and I can't tell you how many crates of milk that I had to help people load into their cars and their trucks. I would see people with giant tanks on the backs of their pickup trucks, and they were filling it up with American gas and taking it back to Canada because it was cheaper to buy gas from us than from Canada. And even though your dollar was at the time roughly 50 cents on our dollar, it was still cheaper for you guys to come over to Washington State to buy your food when it was on sale in our stores and things like that, to the point where locals could not even go shopping on the weekends. I'm not exaggerating, because there was nothing left on the store shelves. If you did not go to the supermarket where I lived around Wednesday, by the latest Thursday, you were out of luck. You didn't get to buy milk. You didn't get to buy cheese. You didn't get to buy any kind of food that you wanted because the store shelves would be empty if you were an American. Okay? Because the Canadians, you guys, would come down and buy everything because your food was already so expensive. It was literally cheaper, even though you guys had 50 cents on our dollar. It was cheaper for you guys to come down or send one of your neighbors down with a whole bunch of money and a pickup truck and buy all of our food. I get it. I understand it. It is expensive, but I want you guys to understand that we are not sanctioning you. Okay? They're basically warning you that your food is going to cost way more if you don't buy Canadian food, because, you know, nobody's going to want to pay for that extra 20%. The people that are imposing it and the people that are having to deal with it don't want to pay for it. They're going to pass it on to you. So everything that you buy in your stores is going to be 20% more. And everything that we buy, like if I want to buy real Canadian maple syrup, it's going to cost me 20% more, or however much you guys are charging us. I haven't even kept track of that. I just know that when I woke up this morning and I'm hearing this on the news and he is saying that word over and over and over again, I felt like you guys were being lied to, you know? And they keep saying it. And if your new prime minister starts saying it, guys, literally, that little antenna needs to go up. That bullshit meter needs to go off, because literally they're trying to say something that's not true. What else are they lying about? When I hear stuff like that in our media and in your media and in the media across the pond, my dander gets up. I really start thinking, what else are they lying about? So you need to be on the lookout. I don't trust any of these people. Okay? I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm not any of it, because you know what? I don't know. I don't, if they're doing a good job and I like them, I don't care what party they're from. I'll vote for them if I think they're doing what I need them to do. But other than that, forget it. I'm not going to sign up for anything. I'm not going to be so and so and so and so, because you know what? There could be somebody that's in our Democratic Party that's doing a great job and helping our community out. I'm going to vote for those people, and vice versa on the Republican side. Okay, so it's not me trying to sway people one way or the other. I just want you guys to get your bullshit meters out and make sure you turn them on, because I'm telling you, they're doing something. Because they're doing this over here while something else is going on over here. And it's not just for you guys, it's for everybody. Everybody watching my channel, I don't care what country you're living in, don't trust them. Keep an eye on them, because seriously, keep, like they say down south in the southern United States, keep your head on a swivel, because they're coming for you. I mean, I don't mean to sound paranoid, but like when I hear stuff like that, it really, really just makes me go off, And I just don't want my neighbors and my friends up to the north to be totally deceived like that. Because I already know how hard it is for you guys, okay? Because I've lived in a lot of northern tier states. And trust me, if your food was already affordable, you wouldn't be driving all the way to Washington State or wherever just to buy something on sale. I mean, give me a break, And now they're going to use, this stupid stuff, this stupid chess game that all these rich people are playing. They're going to use that as an excuse. They're going to say, oh, well, it's all so-and-so's fault. Not really. No. It means that our countries need to get their act together and do something better for ourselves. That's what it means, And we need to be partners and friends, because we're next door neighbors. We need to not be doing this stuff. And we need to secure our borders all the way around our entire continent, and be friends with each other, not enemies, So I don't get all this stuff. Why do we gotta fight with each other about all this kind of crap? Why can't we just work together about all this stuff? It's just stupid. And I don't get it. I never will, and I never have, and I never will, And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody's country. I'm not saying anything bad about mine, but I just want you guys to just keep your head on a swivel, like they say, because when I start hearing that kind of stuff and I hear a certain word being misused over and over again in, mainstream media, that really gets my BS meter going. So, so I guess this video is a warning, not just for our Canadian brothers and sisters, but for all of us. When you start hearing the same weird rhetoric over and over again, especially if it's tweaked just a little bit to sound like it's making sense, and just a little bit to make it like seem legit, but it's actually completely wrong and off base, you better start watching your back. That's all I got to say. Because yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good, you guys. They are trying to pull the wool over your eyes about something. It could be anything. I don't know what it is. You guys know more about what's going on up in Canada than I do, because I don't live there. But you know what? I know enough, because I used to get Canadian TV when I lived in Washington, because that's all we could get, because we lived so close. Like I've told my friends before, I used to stand on my balcony and look across the street at houses that were in Canada. I could literally throw a rock and hit Canada from where I lived, okay? So I kind of know a little bit about your culture and what goes on up there. And, I watch a lot of your YouTube channels, because I really love Canada. I love you guys. I think you're hilarious. I think you're the funniest people ever. You do some of the most wild things. I mean, stuff that I wouldn't even have the cojones to do. And just, you're very talented and creative and all that kind of stuff. And I just hate to see you guys being deceived like that. I really do. Don't think for a minute that, even as bad as our government is, that we would ever like put like sanctions on you guys unless we were like at all out war or something like that. We're not. We're not. We're trying to like, help each other. And it's really bad when like people have to sit there and like basically resort to like, sandbox tactics to get people to wake up and do stuff. I mean, it just blows my mind. So please, you guys, just be aware. And and like one of the channels that we watch, and he does space weather, and he's from Toronto or something like that, and he's one of our favorite channels that we try to watch him every day. I guess he's on vacation right now or something because he's not making any videos, but he always says be aware and prepared. you know because that's what it is. Just keep your head on a swivel. Watch these guys. Don't fall into their BS, because I mean, you guys have even less freedoms than we do when it comes to freedom of speech and things like that. And you just need to be on your toes. And he just keeps saying the wrong word over and over and over again to make you guys think something else is happening that it's not. I mean, just be aware, okay, you guys? And I love everybody. I want you know what? My whole life, I wish that we could have just like been friends with even Mexico. Like a lot of people have a problem with that. They have a problem with immigrants coming over here, but like they're just trying to like make a living and do stuff for their families. And things got messed up back in the day and made it really hard for them. And and I don't like the fact that there's like people from not even their country coming up here and like going across our border. I think that the Mexican president is in danger, because their country is being invaded just as much as ours is, if not more. And I think that that's probably what I would have said more tactfully. I would have talked to her, or even like the president before her, and I would have said, look, you're getting invaded by some people that are not very nice, and you need to close your borders. And they're coming, and the reason why we know this is because they're coming all the way up here, because they're going through your country to get to ours, or whatever. I would have tried to been a little bit more tactful. And maybe, who knows, maybe our leaders were, and it just wasn't sinking in. I don't know. But we need to just like say, hey, look, we're all friends and we're all neighbors, and we need to just like work together and make all of our countries a better place. Not be bickering and fighting and doing stupid stuff, because it isn't going to help. It's just going to make things worse. So anyways, you guys, I just wanted to put that out there because it just really, really grated on me, and it really bothers me. And I know a lot of my audience and stuff are from Canada. And like I said, a lot of my favorite YouTube channels are from Canada, and a lot of, acquaintances of mine at, when I lived up north were Canadian, and I rented from Canadian landlords and just, and stuff, and like everywhere I go, like here in, even down south here, I meet, Canadians that are snowbirds and things like that, and when we would go to Mexico, a couple years ago, we would hang out with Canadians and stuff, so it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just wish that the things were better. And I want you guys to know that, the American people, we don't have anything against Canada. We love you guys, and we don't have, and me personally, I don't have anything against Mexico either. I just want us all to like work together and make all of our countries a better place. That's what I'm asking. That's what I want. But yeah, I put up videos like this very seldom, because it's just, we have enough of this BS going on. But I just wanted to let you guys know how I feel about it, and like what I noticed. I don't know if anybody else is noticing this, let me know in the comments. Did you guys notice him saying that stuff over and over again? I haven't watched the new prime minister yet. I don't think he's been on TV too much. But I don't know if he's saying that as well, and I even looked it up on the internet, because he kept saying the word sanctions so much that I looked it up and asked stinky Google. I asked them, hey, is Trump really putting sanctions on Canada? There was nothing about that. Nothing. They started talking about the tariff. They weren't talking about sanctions. So you guys, like, literally, like, either he's just doesn't know the difference, or he's playing you guys. He's making you guys think something is happening that's not. So anyway, yeah. So just let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think I'm way off base? I mean, do you think I'm just like paranoid, or am I really seeing something? Is this something that's really happening? Am I just freaking out for nothing? Like, seriously, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, because it's this bothers me. There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it. When you have somebody repeatedly, purposely saying the wrong thing, saying something is going on that isn't, it's almost like they're trying to convince you or gaslight you into thinking that's what's going on, not the real thing. So please, guys, please let me know in the comments what you think. And I know I have a lot of Canadian watchers and listeners, and I just, what do you guys think of what's happening? You know, what's going on up there? Because, you know, I haven't been in contact with my friends and family that live in Canada for a long time. And just so you guys know, like, literally, like, on my mom's side, we have, you know, relatives that came from there. My great grandfather immigrated from Nova Scotia to America. And so it's not like I don't have an interest in you guys, okay? I literally have friends and family from Canada, and I just want to let you guys know that I am concerned and I care, you know. So please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you got this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate everybody who tunes into my channel, even if I say stuff that bothers you or whatever and bores you. I'm just like very happy that I have even just a little audience. So thank you very much, guys, for sticking around. And this really concerned me, and it just really hurt my heart and bothered me when I kept hearing that, you know. And it's like, and like I said, you know, I don't think that our government always does the right thing or anything like that. And just so you guys know, if you made it this far in the video, here's a bonus, okay? As an American citizen, our ship was sinking. It was sinking so rapidly to the point where we didn't even realize how bad it was. We just knew something was really wrong. And the vast majority of our country chose to choose something different. Whether we liked it or not, we needed to do something different. We needed to change because there was too many holes in our ship and it was going down. And on top of the fact that there were so many holes in this ship making our country sink, everybody else still kept jumping on top of it like it was a life raft, okay? And so if that had been allowed to keep happening, everybody would have sunk. Because, like it or not, the United States has always done a lot of stuff for everybody around the world. Everybody. To an extent that we probably shouldn't have. And then on top of that, they used that to defraud us. You know, they said, oh, we're going to be helping somebody in Uganda, let's say, but they didn't. The money went someplace else. So we had that, plus overextending ourselves at the same time, plus a bunch of all kinds of other bad things. And even though we didn't know all of that was happening at the time, the American public just instinctively knew that there was something that we had to do to make things different. So I hope you guys realize that. You know, I hope you guys understand that the American people were just trying to, you know, help themselves and hopefully help other people as well. It isn't anything against peoples of other countries. You know, our governments and our news reels and all that kind of stuff, they make it seem like, you know, that we're all fighting and that we just, all we care about is ourselves and we just want to be a rich nation and all this crap. But it couldn't be further from the truth. Because if that was the truth, then why did we have, you know, agencies that would go out and help people and stuff, you know? And yeah, sure, we would have, like, you know, wars with people in the past and stuff like that, and unfortunately blow them off the face of the earth. But you know what? We'd go back in there and, like, help them, you know, help them rebuild and stuff. How many countries can you say did that throughout the world's history? None. You know, it's like, yo, we fought with you and we blew you off the map. So what? We're going to leave you there. Well, America doesn't do that. You know, they go back in and they at least try to like kind of fix stuff. So, you know, don't ever think that Americans are like hating on everybody, because we're not, you know. All of our governments are just, it's kind of like we're a bunch of little kids watching like each other's parents at the PTA meeting fighting over stuff. And we just kind of have to look and watch and be embarrassed. You know, that's kind of what it's like. It's like mom and dad and everybody are fighting with everybody else's mom and dad over all this stuff. And it's like, we have no control over it. We can't really do much, you know? And it's like, the only thing we can do is vote for a new dad, you know? And it's like, I don't know. It's just crazy stuff. So I hope you guys understand that. And if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. And I hope you have a, a really good day, but I needed to put that out there for you guys. And I hope it helps somebody. But yeah, just keep your head on a swivel, you guys. Everybody, everywhere. Because, you know, we got to be watching over ourselves. All right, you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.